kill, son. A paradox of pain, baby, it's real, son. Lonely traveler, ain't trying to battle you, but if you're feeling tough, don't know all the ball challenges. Ain't got no family, this even more than me. Might lose your post standing 2 feet in front of me. I'm pissed at the world, but I ain't looking for trouble. I might crack a grin. I ain't looking to hug you. Now think about it. Nobody wants to die. There's rules to this game, son. I'm justified. When you go, partner, hey, I'm on the run.
What's that? Do what?
That's why I'm on the gun. This journey's too long. I'm looking for some answers. So much time stressing. I forget the questions. I fear no man. You don't want no problems. Being eyes in the back of my head. You better not follow me on this lonely road. Trying to make it home. Doing the by my lonesome pistol. Who wants some?
It's a good way to pop your tailbone. Simple Simon taught me that. What's that? Yeah. Like this. You want to let your backbone slip. Yeah.
I'm just trying to survive, and if the time comes, I ain't trying to die. I'm just trying to fly and get a little love. Find me down peace and get a little hug. Hook the car up, hit the bar up, clean the scars up. Hey yo, stars up. Hey.
Why? What's hyperextended? Yeah, it's good to learn about those stuff. People with hypermobility are way more prone to injuries and tearing ligaments. And just learning about that. Right, well, you know, when you start learning about that and the tissues and muscles, you learn how easy it is to prevent cancer and what tumors actually are. I know, and it starts to crumble the whole house of cards, so they always stay away from these things. I'm telling you right now, when you start looking into it, it's pretty scary. And then when you see how they profit from the things that which cause cancers, both of the mind and body, it's very scary, especially when you see how many children and innocent people get abused and targeted within certain status quos. Right state workers, non-billionaires. Having an afternoon coffee. We're gonna make our purple noodles. I love those. They're so good. This is the one I was telling you about, the Burt's Bees. I love this one. This one tastes really good. This is 060 Smooch. I like putting, oh man. Don't trust me with the fine china, that's for sure. Oh, now I can't find the other one. It's nice with the peppermint one over it. It's not even peppermint either, but it tastes like peppermint. Might be in my purse. I might have brought it with me yesterday on my trip out, but I don't think so. See, oh, I did. That's amazing. It's called champagne. It tastes like peppermint. It does. It tastes like a candy cane. I like putting that over that one. These two. The 060 Smooch. And the champagne lip shimmer. You're welcome. Thank you. I hope so. Father, Mother, God. It's called the knot. You got the dab. This is the knock. How many knocks was it? They might confuse that for the sprinkler. No pun intended, but it might be a hint to somebody somewhere. It could be code specific, and then for some it might just be like, hey, that just made me think of, and it's just, totally off base. But some are right in line. You're welcome. Thank you. Yeah, let us know. We're right here. If you need help with anything, you have any questions. All we're doing is hoping that the locals and proper authorities help the hostages here. It's not a joke. How many times we've mentioned how scary it is. The activist groups and the lines that this is connected to, and how many are very scared, confused, playing stupid, and involved with these things and profiting from it, and they don't want to fucking acknowledge it. And they always want to turn their heads and this MK Ultra shit, and how fucking scary that is for investigators and people that know how that's a fucking hoax that tricks you into turning your head, and it gives you an excuse even when you know that there are real ones there. You can just throw it in with all the other fake ones so you don't have to feel bad about it. It's fucking sick and disgusting and disturbing, and a lot of you know it. I don't know, you've been trying to tell them for years, and all they do is justify it. They justify it by like somebody's crazy or delusional or has a criminal history. Right, it's like, what does that have to do with the facts and concerns about that over there? Just because some of the people speaking the truth? Oh, right, and if you have doctors or anyone, they'll take their licenses, call them kooks, cast them off. Right, they can't just, boom, take their license. Usually it starts out just calling them kooks, sending the woke mobs after them, trying to get people to say something. Yeah, sometimes they'll try to tempt them with relationships or deals they just can't refuse, and then they wind up in jail. It's like, oh my God, why'd you do that? They got you. You see it happen all the time with these situations. Really sad and scary. Right, when you see the animal activist groups, somebody just said Sally Struthers, South Park, children from Ethiopia. We were just doing that the other day. He was down in Mavin. Yeah, Sally Struthers was on All in the Family with Meathead, who was sliced up by his son. Yeah, his wife and the activist groups. I know when you think about it, and you think of the activist groups Struthers herself has been connected with over the years, they're all very good people. And when you see all these people and jackasses that go to those fundraisers and have balloon parties, I think they got the hint when we did the balloon. It said, balloon from China! China spies! Right? And when the same fucking assholes that have been throwing those charitable parties with balloons, a lot of you jokers know what we're talking about. Yep, can't really deny it. Right, that doesn't mean anything. It doesn't mean anyone's guilty. There's no hard feelings with any of those people, and nobody ever wants to talk about it. You don't have to. You don't really have to. For us personally, the accountability, when you really zero in on it, the people here, how fucking sick and disgusting and disturbing, when you have Frank and Marie Barones and confused people and slugs like Alex Jones and nasty cunts like my sisters and drug traffickers like my brother. And then Officer Liberty put an article in the paper back in 2009 specifically with my brother's first and last name, which is also my last name. And then his drug buddy from Whitefield that was buying this place, right? I mean, when you look at all the different things that were going on, and the private investigator, Chris LaJoy, who shot himself, I know it's a lot to encompass. It is for us too, can you imagine? We do this every day, hoping and praying for these things to be addressed, and our children have been being fucked and tortured by these punks for years. Wow, we can't do anything about it. I know, do you see that? That's what happened to the Joker. You know that? That's the story of the Joker? No, they were just so mean. They tortured his family so much. It drove him to mad laughter. It does that to some people. Yeah, we don't seek any revenge, though. We hope and pray that the proper authorities do the right thing. And just because we hope that they burn in hell and feel the pain and torture that these children have felt tenfold, that doesn't really mean we hope they get hurt or die untimely deaths. It's just an expression of a dead mother. Right, we don't even expect them to smack that sick motherfucker on the wrist because we understand these cases. Now, if I'm looking down in that way, tell me what that means, folks. I mean, it's a device I'm looking at over there to answer questions. Is that okay with you? Right, it's actually in my brain. It's like a screen in my brain. Just gotta look over that way. Right, now if I tilt my head up in this way and I go like that, it's a totally different class. Totally different class. I really hope you're getting it. I really do. To the ones who haven't, because some haven't, as you can see. Until people start reporting these things on the news and helping the hostages and getting them away from these sick fucks, hasn't happened in our eyes. Yeah, no, I'm pretty sure the fucking shit needs to be reported on, and they told them going along with that was just gonna make a horrible mess to deal with later. Yeah, I don't think we're holding any president accountable for the fucking bullshit state workers and nasty fucking druggies in our communities have been doing. How does that have anything to do with any of them? Or the punks fucking the kids and the nasty fucking sluts and druggies and marketers that are connected to political people and popular lines. This shit's gone on since we were kids. Just like with the drug trafficking and child molester when we were kids. Yeah, the guy that lived with us that was dating my older sister who was modeling that they allowed to date my younger sister who was underage. Right. So when he went to prison and people were concerned about my brother dealing in drugs from the Middle East. Right. I mean, he kept the boat he used in our yard and used it as a pit stop. And then when you hear people like, oh, it's nothing to do with us, and playing fucking stupid, and these people play stupid for years, I'm telling you, a lot of people within those systems were pissed off for years before we were even out of the fucking womb. Yep, I know, remember back, because they had him going back and forth to Massachusetts as a kid, and then he had told my older sister that Miss Patfoot's name was Mrs. Nigger, and then Mom wanted kids will be kids, just like she does with everything else, from fucking them in the ass. Boys will be boys, you know, they just want to explore things. It's that fucking sick. Anyways, call the fucking ghost hunters. Much love, health, and peace to you all. I really hope that we love them. All you can do is love and appreciate them. We'll wipe their fucking asses if we have to. What the fuck's your problem? Right. Much love, health, and peace to you all. Anybody else have any questions, comments, or concerns or suggestions as to how we can get people to address what's going on here? The hostages. I know. And in doing so, it unveils a lot of stuff, huh? When you think about it. I know, all these industries. Big pharma, cancer, vaccines. We're just concerned about our children that have been fucked and tortured for years. We're so sick of people profiting from the frickin' scares and fear propaganda with the vaccines and drink this vitamin, that vitamin. The Market America fucks that came through here. Hello? I know, just that alone too, when you look into that. Peter and Karen Caggiano's old couple living over by Damon's had a sign in Shaw's parking lot with their fucking phone number. Someone told me to call it. So okay, I'll call it. They're freaking joined me into the Market America. I didn't even want to join into the Market America. I'm trying with the word fuck. I'm sorry. I didn't even notice I said it. They keep bleeping me every time I say fuck and I don't even know I say it. Jesus. Right, so anyways, the Market America bullshit, right? Remember the cruises with Hulk Hogan? Right, when you start making these connections with different people and these groups trafficking microchips with abuse, it's all fake though, right? And when you understand the funding they get, going to the churches because they've been beaten with some guy they didn't know from another state. I know. And then sometimes when they go throwing out like fake places or names or addresses where they think these people might be from, or targeting someone that they want someone else to target, they throw out a name. And then the people, whatever, from that church, a little secret service team, sometimes ex-military people, are looking up these addresses and people to go after somebody that beat them who didn't beat them, right? They just pick someone and then watch them get targeted by a third-party group, just like the dog kickers. Yeah, these have been issues for a long time, so sorry if anyone's offended or feels butthurt. You can keep licking your fucking dog's assholes. Just keep fucking licking those assholes. Really, they're literally licking their dog's assholes. They're powdering them. They paint their fucking toenails. They dress them up. They brag about them. They breed them. They train them, and they get a lot of money for that too. Yeah, have you seen some of the kids that got torn apart in the street, drug retaliation and stuff? It is. It's a beautiful day. Yeah. Yeah, we have some stuff here, you know. That's sometimes where our questions are coming from. Highlighted subjects. Alexa, volume 1. Yes. You have such a keen eye. I know, I love that. Yeah, no, it's not a joke, and of course we're fucking pissed. Did you hear what we said? No, we were pissed in 2013, dude. 2013, they vaccinated our children behind our back after years of a lot of harassment and innocent people already being targeted and killed. Yeah, suicides. We were already petrified and traumatized by 2013. So if you got a problem with anything, you just let me know. Or you let the proper authorities know and you let them deal with it. Right. Page 166. It's a book called Thy People, My People. It was requested. A little later, Father Miguel was busily engaged in a long argument with some natives about the ground for a chapel. Edward went to the hut assigned to them and fell into the broken, feverish slumber. At dawn, the missioners greased the backs of their saddle sore mounts, adjusted their packs, and were off for the last lap of their homeward trip.
That morning after Mass, the dead woman had been buried, and the gloom of her tragic passing hung over their spirits for a while. But in the tropics, everything is sudden: dawn and sunset, love and hate, birth and death. The exigencies of the trail, their fast pace, and the prospect of a solid bed soon took their minds off that doleful incident. In the vast magnificence that stretched outward before him that day, there was not much of beauty for Edward. His body was racked with stiffness, his eyes sore with fear, his lips cracked, his tired head obsessed with thoughts of a bed, of sleep, of rest, of no more riding. His bruised wrist beneath its soiled bandage grew stiff and painful. The sun sapped his strength. His weary beast stumbled and slid repeatedly, and was a drag on their progress. Toward eventide, they ambled heavily into the village of San Vincent and drew up before the convento. Edward was too tired even to smile at Ramon's enthusiastic greeting. Stiff-legged, he labored up the stairs to his room. Dropping his helmet on the floor, he drank greedily and plunged his head in a basin of clean water. Loud voices raised in altercation came from beneath his window. A group of girls was gathered about Father Miguel, who clutched by the arm a ragged imp of a boy. "You were stealing my papayas again," the priest shouted. "This time I caught you." The boy replied with a brazen denial. At that moment the boy's father came upon the scene and asked what was wrong. Father Miguel told him. Without a word, the double-table parent had the youth over his knee. Whipping out his buneg, he vehemently applied the flat of the heavy blade to the seat of his offspring's trousers. This parental office completed, he promised his weeping son a second installment if he did not beg the father's pardon, then and there. The boy's apology followed. As Edward was falling asleep, he was wondering where the old priest got the energy to be chasing recalcitrant boys after such a trip. 12 hours later he awoke. He was lying in bed, fully dressed in his riding togs. One shoe was off. "I must have been pretty tired," he muttered sleepily to himself. He kicked off the other shoe. He was stiff and sore from riding, chilled from the rain, his lips sore from fever. He had had to live like the natives, primitive in food, housing, and speech, almost in thought. He could not do things as he wanted. He must do them as they do. His notions must be changed. It was like tearing oneself up by the roots. Turning over, he slept again. Next is chapter 21 on page 168. Thy People, My People by A.J. Edwards. You're welcome. Yeah, it was requested by someone else in class. There's a little saying in the beginning I'll read. "Be not against me to desire that I should leave thee and depart. For whatsoever thou shalt go, I will go, and where thou shalt dwell, I also will dwell. Thy people shall be my people, and thy God my God. Thy land that shall receive thy dying, and the same will I die, and there will I be buried. The Lord do so, and so to me, and add more also, if aught put death part me and thee." Ruth 1:16-17. October 28, 1941. The Bruce Publishing Company, made in the USA. To all those loyal hearts and true toiling in the far-flung fields of the mission world, who can be truly called the bearers of the burdens of the day and its heat, heart, and who sacrifices just kidding. To all those loyal hearts and true, toiling in the far-flung fields of the mission world, who can be truly called if I didn't have my mouth covered, it would be way louder. So you feel a lot less wind that way. That makes a big difference. To all those loyal hearts and true, toiling in the far-flung fields of the mission world, that made me lightheaded, who can be truly called the bearers of the burdens of the day and its heat, and whose sacrifices of patient perseverance, bitter toil, and vast loneliness are rarely chronicled, save in the endurance of Christ's divine heart. Alexa, Volume 6. You want to do a pickle card? You were hoping for a pickle card? Really? Alexa, Volume 1. My grandsons have started playing now. They don't call me grandfather, but for them, I'm their Poppy Pickle. Isn't that cute? Which one? Fourth one in. 1, 2, 3, 4. Pink Pickle. The outfit she wore to the court was something that Barbie would certainly wear because it was so pink pickle. You're welcome. Of course. Yeah, anytime. Thank you. Yeah, I'll check. Yeah, I got it. Thank you. Yes, you're welcome. It's just good for the circulation. Like, you hold these different spots and just go like that. So you feel it's kind of pumping the circulation. So that's all. You can say what you like. I know. I mean, they'll spin it whatever way they want. If it's somebody they want to look crazy or dig up dirt on, they'll be like, look, they're acting crazy or they're not in their right mind, and they'll put some weird, they think they're doing this. Okay. Right, but if it's someone that they want to protect, or it's one of their punks helping to target innocent people or whatever it is, oh, that's just the normal behavior. Why do you have to pick on people? You're over-exaggerating. Right, so I mean, it's interesting, it's that double-edged sword or standards. The standard sword. Gotta love it. I hope it cuts their motherfucking heads off. Amen. You're welcome. Yes, thank you. It is. It's a beautiful day. Time to make some noodles.